The AME Church losing $90 million in retirement funds. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. I'm going to read this article about the AME Church losing $90 million in retirement funds. A second lawsuit has been filed against the AME Church, and it alleges that the global denomination's retirement fund was mishandled, which led to an alleged $90 million in losses in retirement fund investments meant to support thousands of pastors and others. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the AARP Foundation has joined as co-counsels in Maryland-based suit against the AME Church, filed on March 22nd in U.S. District Court in the state by the firm Cantor and Cantor. Both plaintiffs are seeking class action status due to the number of potential victims who may consider legal action. Both lawsuits claim millions of dollars were mismanaged, leaving the clergy of the church and other retirees holding the bag when it comes to their portion of investment, which was intended to help people retire. The AJC reports that the suit claims people dedicated themselves for years working for the church and were promised that the savings were invested conservatively, and it turns out that was not true, according to William Alvarado Rivera, Senior Vice President of Litigation at the AARP Foundation. It's a real tragedy. The defendants named in the lawsuit include the former executive director of the AME's Department of Retirement Services and several others. The Nashville-based AME Church said it was investigating possible financial irregularities in the retirement fund investments the church currently holds. According to the Wall Street Journal, the AME Church, which has reported as many as 2.5 million members, suspended the pension payments to retirees after it found possible financial irregularities in the denomination's pension fund last month. The church stated in a press release that an outside regulation agency is investigating a domino monetary crime. It's unknown how much money is being investigated, but the funds included contributions from over 5,000 people, including ministers and bishops. The press release read, the AME Church takes this crime severely. We are additionally dedicated to creating each fund participant complete by restoring their full funding plus curiosity. The Wall Street Journal reports as of 2017, the church had approximately $120 million in retirement assets. The church pensions are exempt from federal regulation laws and are not covered by federal insurance, according to the Pensions Rights Center. Back in February, Bishop Jeffrey N. Leaf of the AME 13th Episcopal District in Tennessee wrote on his blog that the pension fund was overvalued by as much as 70% and added, the fix will be large, painful, and not loved by anyone. Let's grind up in loins and do it. Leaf has not spoken about the recent suspension of retirement benefits. What really happened with the AME Church is that the board gave a minister, I repeat, the board gave the minister the job to run the pension fund. He was the only one. The board did not oversee this minister. Now, they say it was $120 in the fund. I heard it was $126 in the fund. If this money was put in Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and they would have invested conservatively, this fund should have grew astronomically, for the simple fact the stock market ever since the crash has gone up. So that retirement fund should be growing. There is no reason for just to have 120 million. Secondly, the minister they put over the fund, he was investing in swampland property in Florida. He also gave some money to an investment firm that nobody knows about. And when he left the office over at the AME church, and the new executive director over the retirement department came in, there was no files. The only thing they had left was paper clips on the desk. So when you get a church who has a board, who's not overlooking this pension fund, when you got pastors, bishops, you got clerical workers who invested in this fund for their research. Now they say that each retiree will lose about 70% of their pensions. So if you put in 100,000, you only got 30,000 right now. This is how bad this situation is at the AME church. This is why you do not have one person running your retirement fund. This is why you have several people overlooking to see if any crimes will be perpetrated. Now, this minister is gone. He hasn't been arrested. No crimes have been put on him. But all these people who have worked so hard in the church for 20, 30 years looking for that check every month will not receive that check. And it's the church's fault. For the simple fact, you have to have checks and balances when it comes to a retirement fund. So all those people who wanted to retire can't retire right now because you lost 70% of your retirement fund. So how can you make them whole again when you can't find the people in which this minister who was over it invested in? They're gone. So where are you going to get this money from? You have to do your due diligence when you put somebody over a retirement fund. You put somebody over that retirement fund who invested conservatively. If that was invested conservatively, those people would have their pension. This is what's going on in the church. Nobody is watching the damn money. You know it and I know it. The money is easily stolen. And for a church like the AME church that's been around since the 70s, they should have mechanisms to where they know where that money is at all the time. That board should have been taking a look every meeting and see how much this retirement fund got. They should have had audits on it to see if that money is actually there. See, in life, when you're talking about money, you can trust no one. And that's what happens in the church. This is sad to see that these people in the church who invested their money over 20, 30 years basically have very little or no retirement because no one in the church was doing their job. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.